I'll be showing you how to make homemade yo-yo string. All you need is a drill, some duct tape, any type of thread. It doesn't matter if it's easy to rip because you're going to be folding it and stuff. You're going to need some scissors, you're going to need a paper clip, and you're going to need some wire to make hooks. But if you already have hooks, it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Now what I have is a paper clip, which I am going to be using for the hook. Instead of, you don't need one of those screw bolts for your drill. This is what you're going to need. Is you're going to need a paper clip. It doesn't matter what size it is. And yeah. First you're going to open your paper clip like that and put it into your drill. But for me, I have to fold it in half so it just fits in the drill a little bit nicer. And then what you're going to do at the top is you're going to curl it like this. Just like that. You're going to curl the top like that. Then you take your drill and you open it up. And you're going to take your folded paper clip and you're going to set it right in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tighten your drill on it. So I started tightening it, but it's kind of hard to do with one hand, so I set down the camera for a little bit. But I'm just tightening it, and if you guys want it real tight, you really don't need that. But most of the electric drills come with one of these, and you just put it in that hole and you move the little ridges to the right and it tightens it a little bit more if you want it really tight, but that should be tight enough. Now I'm gonna talk about the hooks. That I said you needed, I had a roll in my garage and I just cut it till it was about the length of a pencil. Not just like any pencil, just like the sharpening pencils, the full-size ones before you sharpen it or anything. Yeah, that long, and then what I did was I folded it into a little hook like that. And now what you're gonna need is the duct tape that I said you were gonna need. All I could find was this, so you're just gonna rip a strip of that off and just put it on the wire. I'll show you that. And by the way, if this is to make a hook to hook the string on when we're making the string, but if you already have like one of those wall hooks, you need two of those. But I'm showing you how to make them. So yeah. So once you have your strip of duct tape, you're just gonna set it on the wire like that. And now this is your little hook that you could just like duct tape onto the area that we're going to be needing to walk back and forth. So yeah. As you can see, I've taped it onto the table, and now what you're going to do is you're going to bend the wire upwards. See, I'm going to be doing it to over there. So since you always want it to be facing upward just like that, pointing the way you're going to be making your string. So just like that, and you're going to kind of bend it inward a little bit. Just see how that's kind of facing the door a little bit. That's how you want it. Now you're going to make another one of those, and you're going to make it like maybe like 10 feet apart from like here to that door right there. Maybe like 10 feet apart. But I'm not making another hook. If you don't have another hook, you could just use a doorknob, which I'm using, or you could just use two hooks, whatever you prefer, but I'm using a door handle. So yeah, so let's get on to making the string. You want to make sure your cord's long enough, because if it's not long enough, then your string might get messed up, but right here is just the right amount for me. So yeah, let's get on with making the string. What you're going to want to do is you're just going to unravel the string a little bit and take the end, and you're going to tie it just like a finger loop, and you're going to make it big enough so it can fit around one of your hooks or doorknobs, whatever you're using. You don't want your loop to be too big to go around one of your hooks or doorknobs. So this is just right, because when you're twisting the string you don't want it to fall off. So yeah, now what you're going to do is you're just going to put this on one of your little hooks, whichever one you want. Hook's facing the door. Remember that your hook wants to be bent up like that. Okay? And now what you're going to do is you're going to place that finger loop on the little hook. once that's done, you're going to be able to walk back and forth from both of your hooks 6 times. I'll show you. I'm going to do 4. I'm going to go back and forth 4 times since this is string that's kind of thick and hard to rip. If you have 100% polyester, go back and forth 6 times. And if you have like hard to rip string that's like really hard to rip, then do about 4. But it's yeah. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is it's on this hook right here, the little loop. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over to the handle and I'm gonna wrap it around. So this is one, like that, and then this is 2. Once it reaches this, it's 2. That's 2. This is 3. Now this is 4. Okay? Now on to the next step. You're going to want a piece of Scotch tape. Unless you have a partner to help you, you're going to want a piece of Scotch tape, because if your string gets a little bit loose, then that string right there, it'll be like really loose and it'll mess up your string. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want somebody to hold it and keep pulling it tight, like keeping it held tight. If not, you just tape the little hook on all the strings like this. So you just make sure everything's tight, and you're just going to place that piece of tape right on the little hook. Once your little hooks, once your string's all tight and you have it taped or somebody's holding it for you, you're going to get started on drilling. Well, it's not really drilling, it's kind of like twisting the string. But now what you're going to do is, since I'm in my kitchen, there's a plug right in the back right there. And that's where I'm going to plug mine in. And this plug is right next to the door I am using for the twisting. So yeah. What you're going to do is you're going to take all of these strings off of the door. So like, you're going to take them off like that, and you're going to keep your finger right in this little loop that's separating like that. So you're going to keep your finger right in there, and you're just going to keep it in there, and you're going to put it right around the little hook that you made for the drill. Okay, so I'm going to drill, so you might want to fast forward this part because it's going to be about 2 minutes of drilling. But since I'm taking it off right now, and I'm going to keep it tight. Keep it tight. So I'm going to keep it tight like that, and I'm going to put it around the drill thing. I'm going to keep it tight, and now I'm going to just start drilling. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to do this until it gets really, 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 really tight. So, yeah. So just do that until it's really tight. I have the string really tight, woven together. I've set the drill down. Just make sure you keep it tight after you're done drilling. Okay? Now what you're going to need is you're going to be needing a yo-yo that you're going to be using for the string that you're going to be putting it on. What you're going to do is we're going to be twisting the string. We're going to be bringing the string up. We're going to be taking it off this hook so that we could twist the string together and create it. But if you want a little guide to like take you like across the string that kind of helps you guide it, that's what I prefer. You're going to be needing a yo-yo, but you could just use your finger if you want. So yeah. Before we start twisting the string, I also want to let you know that we're going to be taking this piece of tape off. Tape is off. You're just going to want to put this onto the sides and just make sure it's tight. So like it's not just like loosely over here. You just want to make it, keep it all the way tight. So you just want to make sure it's all the way back and keeping it tight. since the tape is off now, so it's not going to be really holding that. So now what I'm going to be doing is taking it off the drill. Okay, so my drill's on the floor right now. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm just going to okay. So I've twisted mine together when I was doing this. You're going to want to keep it tight, I forgot to tell you, when you're taking it off. And you're just going to pull it off this, and you're going to keep it tight. And this is where your yo-yo comes in. So I have my yo-yo right here, and I'm just going to use it to keep it tight. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take it off this. I'm going to grab that little thread loop right there, and I'm just going to let this twist together like that. You're just going to pinch it at the top, so you don't want to get anything undone. Just pinch it at the top. So I'm pinching it, as you can see, and now the string is spinning the yo-yo together. So, yeah. And, yeah. And we're just about done with our string. Just making sure you twist it together all the way. And yeah. Pinching it at the top while the yo-yo's spinning. And I'm just going to tie a finger loop right at the top. Once you tie your finger loop, now you could just cut off this string right here. Put the string on a different yo-yo since the other yo-yo already had a string on it. So now that it's already tied, you could take it off and put it on a different yo-yo. So I put it on my bonfire that I was going to use in the beginning. I'm in my room right now, and I have my CYW bonfire. As you can see, it has that new string on it I just made. You can see it's twisted together. And yeah, looks really good. So I'm going to show you it. So I'm just going to make my finger loop. And if you have thin string, in the beginning when I told you you wanted to go around 6 times instead of 4, when I said that, the only reason I said 6 times for the thinner string was because you're not going to get as tight a binds. When you try to bind it, it's not going to come back as good. So, yeah. But if you have like a responsive yo-yo, then it doesn't really matter. But it just depends on how you like your strings. So, here's the string. So that's how to make homemade yo-yo string. Like, yeah. So that was how to make homemade yo-yo string. So bye.